There is only one presence and one power active within me and throughout the universe. God, the good, omnipotent.
Hello, and welcome to our podcast. This is Unity Church of Chatsworth. Our spiritual leader, Reverend John Washington, and I am Michelle Washington, RN, pastoral nurse.
May the words of my mouth and the meditations of my heart be acceptable in thy sight, O Lord. Paraphrasing from the New Testament book of Acts, chapter 17, verse 28. For in God we live, move, and have our being. As some of your own poets have said, we are God's offspring.
Paraphrasing from The Revealing Word by Charles Fillmore, co-founder of Unity. The metaphysical meaning of blind faith. Blind faith, an instinctive trust in a power higher than ourselves. Because blind faith may not understand the principles of being or divine law, it is subject to discouragement and disappointment. But with understanding of divine law, one will affirm the presence and power of God until the very substance of spirit appears in manifestation.
Have thine own way, Lord. Have thine own way. Thou art the potter, I am the clay. This faith that we're talking about. And we have a wonderful quote today from a author. Many of you are familiar with the Reverend Eric Butterworth, from his popular book, well known all over the world, Discover the Power Within You. And again, we are going to paraphrase or reflect on a certain part of the book that talks about seeing God or experiencing God. And we're talking about maybe our human eyes of seeing God, and yet we're also talking about seeing again with eyes of faith, spiritual eyes, and so experiencing God. And again, we're going to reframe that or rephrase it in our talk today, but we move on now. Again, for we realize that you have eyes to see. What are you seeing? What are you perceiving? And what are you blinded to in terms of our topic? It is not I, but the Christ within who does the work.
Thank you for listening to our podcast. Have a blessed week.
Our thoughts are prayers, and we are always praying. Our thoughts are prayers. Be careful what you're saying. Seek a higher
this is the day that the Lord hath made. We will rejoice and be glad in it. And so it is.